Have you ever wondered about life beyond the third dimension? Have you ever had glimpses into another reality that you thought just might be real on some level, or felt so real, seemed so real, but it's not? Open your eyes to see that those realities that you're imagining or having in dreams are in fact real. Now, no, they might not be grounded in this third dimension. The only time that exists is now, this very present moment. And in this time now, there are limitless, infinite realities that exist simultaneously in this cosmic space. There are billions of realities all coinciding on different timelines, yet at the same time. And we have access to all of those realities at any time we choose. If you're questioning some type of vision or dream or experience that you had in your mind, and you're questioning the validity of that, do not question any longer, because I'm here to tell you that those dreams, those experiences are all on some level real. No, they're not third dimensional, obviously, but they are showing up for you for a reason, to tell your subconscious something, to bring something forward into your conscious mind. How do you think these story writers, movie directors come up with these amazing stories and films that you relate to so much? Yeah, because they are real on some level, in another universe, in an alternate space. What if Lord of the Rings was actually our history? What if Star Wars was actually going on right now? What if Avatar is a real thing? It is a real thing because somebody thought of it. Because it is in our stream of consciousness. It is a real thing. Those emotions are real. Those experiences are real. Who's to say they're not? Somebody had them, directly experienced them and felt them. And the writers or the director was able to glimpse in to those alternate realities and bring them into the third dimension through creativity, through directing, through art, through movie making. Think of all the artists out there channeling aliens, painting alien pictures. They are glimpsing into these other realities and actually bringing them into the third dimension. That's how we do it. That's what artists do, okay? We have these incredible visions and we bring them into this reality, and that is how we expand our consciousness and grow as a human civilization, because that is where we gather information that is going to change our world. It's pretty awesome stuff, right? But think about it. Think about the great scientist Einstein and his thought experiments that he would have. These experiments, he would go into an alternate space and he would gather information that he could bring back into the third dimension so that people would have more knowledge and information, so that we could expand our consciousness here on Earth in the third dimension. It's incredible. So never neglect your dreams or visions or discount them, because absolutely they are valid and they are giving you information for a reason. So I am here encouraging you to make sure you write those things down. Now I want to talk about having daydreams and visions, and share with you a little bit vision of my own that I had. I think I actually had this maybe 2 years ago, but I wanted to share it with you because it was so cool and profound at the time. So I'm definitely a festie or festival goer. Been to a lot of music festivals and had really almost otherworldly experiences there. I'll talk more about that later. But in this particular vision, I was riding in the car and I had a daydream. Now my eyes weren't closed, but I had a vision, a snippet of information come to me. And I saw it very vividly. And what it was a girl, a female, but her skin was this iridescent blue. And she almost had like this triceratops looking head. Maybe I'll insert a drawing if I can, because I did do a drawing of it. And she was dressed very tribal, and the people around her were also very similar. I guess the ETs or whatever planet they were from, however they identify themselves. And it was definitely on another planet. It wasn't Earth, but it was like nighttime, and it was like a festival setting almost. I got the sense that there wasn't really sun there. There wasn't really a sun. Everything was kind of like Avatar, similar to that, like the night scene. It was kind of similar to that. Everything was kind of glowing. And she walked up to, I could tell she was low on energy, like she had just danced a lot, or she just expelled a lot of energy, and so she was going to recharge. She needed some fuel. So instead of going to the food vendors or to get food like I thought, or I felt she would, instead she went to this device in the ground, this energy device. And this was an organic energy device that was connected to the earth, to the root, to the ground, and maybe rooted into the earth. And coming out of it was this big orb of light. And what these beings were doing were gathering around it, simply placing their hands over it. I don't know if they were necessarily on it, but they were just hovering over it. And I could feel her. She was being recharged. She was recharged by the light that was emitting from this device. And I thought that was pretty cool, especially with all the talk about breatharianism and and only eating fruit and that kind of thing, and people saying we don't actually need food. And I think during that time I was thinking about that, so I had this glimpse into an alternate space, into an alternate reality where these beings they did not eat, they did not need substance, physical substance. They were literally recharging on light. I thought that was super cool, so I wanted to share it with you. That was just one vision and experience. I'll share more along my journey, but yeah, if you've had any crazy type of visions or experiences like that, dreams that have showed you glimpses into alternative worlds that are actually real right now, because everything is simultaneous, going on. Just because, you didn't feel like you weren't there in the third dimension, or couldn't feel it, taste it, touch it kind of thing, doesn't mean that it wasn't real, or that another being there in their conscious, they are experiencing it as their reality right then. Because there are so many branches of consciousness, that go on limitless. So if you can think of it, it's real. Let that settle in, and let that feed your creativity. Take your mind to new places by meditating, visualizing, just imagining like a child would do. As over time, as we grow up, we tend to lose our childhood imagination, and that is just so unfortunate. I encourage you to bring it back, because it is totally valid, and a lot of these alternate spaces, alternate realities can give us very valuable insight to our current realities here on Earth, as it has done so over time for the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of human beings throughout time. Think about it. How does an artist create? They just use their imagination, okay? Thanks for watching another video, and again, please like and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be sharing a lot of cool information like this, and please tell me if you've had any amazing stories, if you have any amazing stories about alternate realities or having these visions and kind of things, and let's talk about it. Let's get this conversation going so that we can bring some of this information into our reality here on Earth. Hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. I'm lunarastarshine. Namaste.